Just hiked up a big hill, so I'm a little out of breath, a little out of shape, but I feel compelled to show you guys some really nice wildflowers popping up right here. You want to see? Okay, where should we start? Somewhere right around here. I saw some bleeding hearts. Let's see where they went. I found them, had to backtrack a little bit there. Here they are. Gorgeous bleeding heart flowers. Now these really are a jewel of the redwood forest. They have really lacy leaves. One of their closest relatives are poppies, and you can imagine California poppy and how lacy their leaves are. These are really lacy too. Let's see if we can find a nice other little cluster here. Look. So walking along the trail right here, I looked up and I saw this beautiful fuchsia colored flower, 5 petals, looking down at me like a little pink star from the sky. Check this out. Now, what I'm gonna show you is a salmonberry. And this was tricky to get to, but I just risked life and limb to get this one down to show you here. There's our salmonberry flower, and you can see there's another one, a little bud right there, just about to open. And what's risky about these, and what also makes them easy to identify, is that their stems are really thorny. Oh, look at that. Hard to grab from up above. Now I'm gonna send this up here. You can see it shoot up into the sky. Salmonberries are usually kind of tall shrubs. They're in the rose family. They have, let me show you their leaves here. I pulled off a leaf so I could show you the finer features here. 3 parts. See, there's little teeth around the edges of those leaves. And at the very bottom, if you pull off a leaf, can you see those 2 little things? They look like tiny little papery hairs, or almost like a pair of rabbit ears sticking off the end. Those are called stipules. And every plant, every leaf on every plant that is in this family, the rose family, has those at the bottom. So salmonberries, yes, easy to identify because of those thorns in the leaves and those beautiful pink 5-petaled flowers. But the important part is they're making berries. Salmonberries. And they're kind of a peachy orange color when they're ripe. Oh, I see some right up here that are ripening. Let's see here. So here's a salmonberry for you. It's not quite ripe yet. Maybe in another month or so, it'll turn a nice orange color. It will get much longer than this and really plump. And then you can pick it off and eat it, as long as you can get to it before the birds do. So sometimes one of the things that's helpful in identifying plants is looking at where they grow. And there are certain plants that always like to be in really moist places. We say they like to have their feet wet. And here's one right here. And it's growing in this tiny little creek, which is also a part of the trail where I'm walking right now. This is Western Coltsfoot. Western Coltsfoot has really big green leaves. And when you find its flower, they kind of emerge from the earth like an alien popping out of what seems like nothing. These are in the aster family, the sunflower family. They're related to things like dandelion, which I'm sure you can recognize. If I go all the way down to the bottom of this flowering stem, look out for the blackberry thorns. It comes right out of the ground. It seems like it might be a different plant than this big leaf right here, but they're the same thing. Look at all these flowering tops coming up here. An inflorescence, that's what we call a stalk that has a whole bunch of flowers on it and not just one. It's an inflorescence, a collection of flowers. And these have some really nice ones right now. Western Coltsfoot. Now, if you live in the redwood forest like I do, I bet you probably have some of this growing right by your home. This is a little mustard family plant called milkmaids. Now milkmaids have a really interesting shape to their leaves that make them really easy to identify. Let's zoom in on one of those here. See those little scalloped edges? Once you notice those, you just see them popping up all over the place. And each of the leaves kind of pops up individually out of the ground, even the tiny ones if you follow it down. And here's another secret to them. Check out that purple color on the underside of the leaves. Let's see if this one has it too. Oh my gosh. Let's check another one. What about this one? Oh, not that one. That one does. And their flowering stem comes up separate from the ground. Doesn't seem to be attached to all those leaves, but they are under the soil. Let's check out these flowers here. Let's count those petals. 1, 2, 3, 4 petals. Just like all flowers in the mustard family. Let's look inside there. Okay, you see those little yellow things? Those are the anthers. That's where the pollen is produced inside this flower. And you can see that it has 4 of them that stick up kind of high, and then 2 short ones. There's one on that side, and if I turn the flower around, you can see there's another short one on the other side. So there's 6 total. See you later, milkmaids. Thanks for the visit. Gotta keep on my hike. I am way behind my family. They're all the way down that trail without me.